And actually, this is one of the things that I always tell myself. If you've seen somebody that has gone ahead of you, get to desire to sit down with that person and listen and learn. Yes. Because there are some things you will learn from this person that would have taken you 10 years
to learn.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie and it's Murenga Monday. And what I love about Murenga Monday is where we discuss all things governance. And I have a guest in studio, somebody who is very dear to my heart, who I've been watching for many years, for a long time, never thinking that I'd get the opportunity to meet her, but just loving her style of governance, which I think is what we're here to discuss today. Wow. Evelyn Wanjiru. Karibu sana.
The way you've introduced me, I'm like, wow.
Yes, that is you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Thank you for
honor.
Accepting my invitation.
Thank you.
Like I said, I never thought I'd meet you. I've been studying you for years, and that's good, isn't it? People look at you. I've been watching you.
Oh, really?
I would watch you all the time. That's how you stuck into my spirit, and I wanted to know who's that. And of course, they'd announce you to come on stage, but I'd always be watching you.
Wow.
And one day I was coming to, I think it was the Daughters of Zion convention, and Minister Sinach was performing. And when I was coming to the event, I heard the Holy Spirit tell me, I want you to watch something. There's a list of worshipers that are going to come and worship, but the only person who will be there at the end of the day is Evelyn Wanjiru.
Wow.
I could almost cry.
Wow.
I felt it and I watched, and I was looking for you. You were wearing a green dress. And when we finished, when all was said and done, you were the only one that's there. And that's powerful.
Wow.
Because that's self-governance. And I'd like you to, instead of me assuming why you stay, why do you stay until the end when many worshipers come, do their gig or their schedule and they're off?
Wow. Why do I stay? You know, I think we've not just been called in ministry by God to sing and just disappear. So many people want to connect and have a piece of you. And one of the things I believe is networking with people. And in this world, you cannot be one man's island. You have to network with people. You have to hear people's story. And for me, the kind of music that I do, it's because I believe I'm touching into someone's life. Yes. You can never be too busy for people. You can never be too busy for people. If you invite me for your meeting, if I know I have a very tight schedule, I will plan myself. I tell musicians, I used to have this character that I used to take like 5 meetings in a day. It will literally consume you. You will not even have time to listen even to God when He wants you to speak in the next meeting. And so I had to be tamed. And one of the people that tamed me is Eunice Njeri. She told me, you know what, you take so many events, you're running like you're helter-skelter. You don't even have time to breathe in and breathe out and take a pause and listen. How was that meeting? Did God speak? What does God want you to say in the next meeting? And she told me, you know what, if it's money you're running after, my friend, God will bless you. God will bless you as you're working for Him. He sees and He knows that you're in need of this money or you're in need of these connections. And so just take 2 meetings or 3 meetings or just 1 meeting. It is enough. You have no idea what will happen in that 1 meeting. Wow. And so I took advice and I decided, I called myself for a meeting. And I said, you have to tame yourself and sit down and minister to people. Let them have everything of you. Yes. What God has deposited in you, let them have it. For sure, it's one thing to be disciplined, and it's one thing to be greedy and wanting everything for yourself. And so I decided I'll be taking like just 2 meetings in a day.
That's good.
Go minister, sit down with people, get to know the people that have invited you. You know, this thing, celebrity, we are calling you, can you come and be a blessing to us, blah, blah, blah. You have never met
the
Angie
person who is inviting
you just come, and actually this character of coming late, you come late for the meeting because you are a celebrity. You just want the microphone from the car, direct to the pulpit, minister. I have another meeting, I have to go.
It's a very bad
You
culture.
don't know the pastor, the person that has invited you. You have not even have a one-on-one. You don't know what you can get out of that person.
That's it.
And so,
because you're also making an assumption that you're the only one coming to deliver.
that's it.
The last thing I looked at the things of God and the culture of God. You have to come and deliver, but you also receive. What if there's a grace there? What if there's a prayer there? I remember Minister Sinach, I think even when you stayed, she prophesied to you.
That's right.
She prophesied into your life. That was not an expectation. Even for her, I'm sure, she wasn't expecting to do that. But you were there. And she actually called for that particular meeting. She called ministers to the altar. And you're the only one who responded.
That's right.
Evelyn, I will never forget that for as long as I live. She was calling. I was almost standing up to say, what is wrong with you?
Actually, I was like, are we not, like, are we literally deaf? The devil has literally blocked our ears. We cannot hear the Spirit of God. And actually, that was God who was speaking. And I felt, this is for me. This is not just for anybody else. If I delay here, if I don't go for it, I will never have this opportunity ever again in my life.
And the Spirit of God was moving.
Yes.
It was, we were not expecting it. And of course, we don't plan for the Holy Spirit. And He moved. And you know, Sinach, I don't even call her Sinach. I call her a minister.
That's
Sinach,
right.
because she's a minister of the Word of God. It is clear she has heard God. And it is clear that she came to release. And that moment was a moment of release.
That's
but
right.
the ones who came and left because they're too busy, they missed it.
They missed it.
Those who are in the sanctuary, and for, I don't know why they didn't respond. They didn't respond, but you received it. And I'm always grateful to see what will come out of that. And I also think there's a humility and a respect. So whoever's invited you to the meeting, you're not thinking you are the Alpha and the Omega. You have a respect for the meeting. You have a respect for the content. You have a respect that I can also receive. And you have a respect to stay until the end. It is respectful.
Yeah.
What if we all got up and walked out? That I came and I delivered what I did and we all went. Then there'll be no meeting.
And actually, this is one of the things that I always tell myself. If you've seen somebody that has gone ahead of you, get to desire to sit down with that person and listen and learn. Because there are some things you will learn from this person that would have taken you 10 years
To learn. Yes.
But God has brought this person right in front of you. Take advantage of that. And so that is what I think we are missing a lot. When my friend told me, hakuna kufika. Hakuna kufika. Hakuna kufika. Ukifika, then what?
And it's not, and you know, in God's things, you can never reach. You can never arrive. You must keep going.
Keep going.
He says from glory to glory.
That's right.
And He's always challenging us to come up higher. So I love that. I think that's one of the things that I love about you, and I encourage other worshippers as well, because we're we want governance of self, governance of others, but it's a discipline I think we need to have.
That's right.
That other people have maybe nuggets or important things that will help us in our growth, in our worship, in becoming a better Christian, even, and becoming a better leader, becoming a better person. Because they're teaching, there's impartation, there's, like you say, there's watching the person. What can I gain? I mean, I go into rooms just to observe. Observe. For many, many years, God would tell me to go to FEM, just to observe, Mom. Do nothing, just observe. And I learned so much just by being in the shadows and observing. So I think that is what I love, and I'll end this video here today as we come into other things that I want to talk about. But I really respect and honor that.
Thank you.
And I pray that you never stop doing that, and that you also, just like Eunice Jerry helped you, please speak to others. And I think this video will speak to others as well.
That's right.
That there's a place where we cannot become self-important and more important than God, or more important than what has made us, created us, keeps us moving in the desires of God and in the will of God. So God bless you, and see you next Monday. Bye-bye.